Hey guys, welcome to a new tutorial video. On this video, we'll be learning how to make the neck part of this Bubu girl. Okay, so the first thing you need is your bodies. All right, you need your shoulder measurements, and then when you get your shoulder measurements, you dip your neck part by 1 inch, and then you mark your armhole and then the full length of your Bubu. So I'm just cutting the upper part. That's the design, right? So this is the upper bodies. Now to get the V shape, right, you measure the length, how wide you want, how deep you want the neckline to be. Okay, how deep you want your neckline to be. So I'm going to be making this neckline to be 7 inches deep. So I'll mark my 7 inches. Can you see? Then the next thing you're going to do is connect it to your center front. From your center front to your shoulder line. Can you see how it is? Because we are trying to make a V-neck, a V-shaped neck, right? So now we're going to cut out the neckline. So the depth of this neckline is 7 inches deep, right? Most times, the how I get the depth of my neckline for my client is when I have their from their shoulder to their chest line. Okay, now you ask them, do you want it to be deeper than your chest line or above your chest line? That's how you can easily get the depth of your client's V-neck. Okay, so now we've gotten the V shape. It's time to get the neck part, right? The neck design. So you get your plain material, right? And you fold it, put it on fold, and then you place your upper bodies on it. Make sure that the part you're placing on fold is rhyming with your main fabric. Make sure that that neck part is on fold, right? And then you trace out the neck, the V neck. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, if you're working with a plain material, please don't work with a stretchy material. It's going to stress you a lot. So, but if you don't have a choice, if it's just a stretchy material you have, please make sure you put a soft gum stay on it so that it will give it firmness. If not, it's going to stress you a lot. Okay? So now I've traced out the neck part of my shaped neck, and I'm going to cut it out. Now I'm going to cut out two pieces of this because I'll be turning up the neck part. All right, so I'm going to cut out two pieces of this and I'll be turning out the neck part. Now when you're cutting out this neck design, right, make sure you cut it in SS. That's the length. Make sure you cut it in SS. I always say it's better your fabric is in SS than for it to be in shortage. Okay, so I cut out my two piece for the neckline. Can you see? Now the next thing I'm going to do is to join the neck part, right? The upper part is the neck part. While the lower part, that's where we're going to attach to the neck, right? The upper part is the original neckline. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So now the original neckline, which is the upper part, we are going to join both of them together. So I'm going to join it like so. Can you see? Now to get the size of this, you can determine yours. You can decide that you want yours to be 3 inches wide or 2 inches wide, right? It depends on how big you want yours to be. Now I've joined it. Now the next thing I have to do is to turn it over so that the right sides will come up. Okay. Now before you even turn it over, make sure you notch it so that it will be easier for you to turn. You see how I'm struggling with it because I did not notch it. But if you notch the center part, notch all sides of the design, it will be easier for you to turn it over. Okay, so make sure you notch it. So when you're done and you turn it over, make sure you iron it too. Okay, make sure you iron it, and then when you turn it over, you now match it down. Can you see? I've turned mine over and I've matched it down. Can you see the V shape? Can you see the upper neck part? Now you get your main fabric, your outfit that you're working with, right? Now you place the V shape. Can you see? At the midpoint, and then you make sure you pin it down. Okay, make sure you pin it down, and then you first of all sew one side, right? Can you see what I'm doing? You first of all sew one part first before you sew the other part. So you first of all sew from one side to the midpoint, then from the midpoint to the other side. Please, if you're a beginner, make sure you pin it. Make sure you pin it right round first. When you pin it, you make sure the midpoint is sitting directly on the midpoint of your top before you sew it down, okay? Now, when you get to that midpoint, just take it easy and then you flip it over like this. This part, you have to be practical about it. You have to practice it. Okay? Can you see? So this is what I'm going to do in my machine. And when I'm done, this is how it's looking. Can you see how it's looking? So if you want yours to be 3 inches wider, 2 inches wider, you cut yours to be. Can you see the midpoint is directly sitting on the center point? Now make sure you weave the rough edges and then you cut out the excess. Now you see why I always say it's better your material is in excess. If it's in excess, you cut it out. So I hope this tutorial was helpful to you, and if it was, please click on the subscription button and subscribe, like and share the videos. Okay, thank you to my new subscribers and to my old subscribers. I really do appreciate. Thank you so much, and see you on my next tutorial. Bye.